Okay, heading into our first sample game here with the 5-color Enchantments deck. Opponent playing a very generic avatar, not letting us get any information off that, probably wise of them. Reefer Sutherland, cute. Alrighty, so this hand does the kind of thing we want. It casts the Heliod's Pilgrim on turn 3. And if I have the chance, it even casts Bounty the Luxa on turn 4. I unfortunately don't have great mana. I don't have the kind of mana that's going to allow me to stick a Trial of Ambition on turn 2, unless I draw either a Plains or a Swamp here, and I didn't, right? So now I think I'm going to have to go get a Plains with this. The nice thing is my opponent appears to be on zombies. And Trial of Ambition is not at its best against zombies anyway, simply because they don't mind sacrificing their creatures a lot of times. They either have tokens, which they're happy to sacrifice, or they have creatures like the Dread Wanderer here, which they can get back from their graveyard eventually anyway. So Trial wouldn't have been at its best. That's not to say I wouldn't have liked to be able to play it on turn 2, but you know, it's if I'm going to be playing against an aggressive deck and I don't get to play Trial, I want it to be zombies. Okay, so I drew a Gift of Paradise, which I unfortunately don't think I'm going to be able to play on turn 3. Depends what my opponent ends up doing. The issue with the gift is that even though it gains me 3 life, if my opponent does something like play a Lord of Accursed here, it's just not going to buy me the time I need to survive, to play my stronger things. Opponent did not end up having any sort of pump, any sort of Lord of the Accursed or anything. Instead, they have just another attacker here, the Despoiler of Souls in particular. Okay, so what can I do? I can play Gift of Paradise, go up to 17. My opponent attacks me next turn down to 10. I have 6 mana? 5 or 6 mana next turn, which means that I can do something like Heliod's Pilgrim into Black Cartouche. That's not a bad sounding play. The other option, well, I can't play the Bounties because I don't have blue mana. I could play the Primal. No, I've already played my land this turn, so I can't play the Primal. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this. Just because so many of our options require us to have blue or black mana as quickly as possible, I'm going to play out the gift. We could just be out aggroed here, that's entirely possible, but certainly have some possibilities here. Opponent attacks, taking us down to 10. We're probably going to do something like Trial of Ambition, Heliod's Pilgrim, go get Black Cartouche. That's probably going to be the plan, depending on what we see from our opponent here. Another attacker from them. Okay. White Cartouche. So we have a couple options. We have options like Heliod's Pilgrim, go get a 1-mana Cartouche, either red or white, double Cartouche our Pilgrim. That's really not a bad plan. The thing I like about that plan is it's nice and effective against all these opponent creatures that have 1 toughness. The thing I don't like about that plan is that if my opponent draws a Lord of the Accursed, I lose pretty easily. Let's say I play the Trial of Ambition instead. Trial of Ambition forces him to sacrifice, let's say, his Dread Wanderer. He can then attack me for, well, still a lot, still 7, take me down to 3, unless I block. And then I can't even play the Cartouche that I would get with Heliod's Pilgrim. So I'm going to go for the double cartouche plan here. It's a bit of a crazy thing to do. Actually, you know what? I didn't even notice this, but what I can do is play the Heart Beast, and then enchant it with white cartouche. And that actually might give my opponent a little bit of pause in terms of their attacks next turn, even if they do end up with a Lord of the Accursed. Then if I draw land, then I can do Heliod's Pilgrim into black cartouche onto Primal Hunt Beast, and then I think I'm in really good shape. The Bounty of the Lexa don't look particularly good right now, but I mean they aren't in this matchup to win the aggro game, and it's not as if I do wish I had more cards in my hand, right? Like I definitely have play every turn. It's just much more the fact that I'm a little pinched on mana rather than the fact that I kind of have bad cards here. Opponent thinking long and hard about how they want to handle this, which is nice. They might just come over with the... Oh, no, they come over with everything. Okay. So, now we have to decide how we want to block. I believe this guy has Menace. Right, so we can leave them right off. I think the obvious block is this. If my opponent has some sort of action against this, that's totally fine. But it would have to be a black pump spell to kill the Heart Beast. He does have something. Nope, he doesn't. Cool. Bone Pickers is fine. A lot of action over there for him. Okay. Land? Black cartouche just fresh off the top. Wow, that's amazing. Okay. So, this works out so well for us. What we can do is make double black mana here. Then we can use Trial of Ambition. Opponent has to sacrifice something. Then we can use Cartouche of Ambition. Kill his 2/1. Opponent has Supernatural Stamina. That doesn't do what he wants it to do. Does it? Oh, it does. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we have to attack here. We have to attack because we need to gain the 5 life. The only thing that I could possibly block with the 5/5 is the 1/2 anyway. So it's not like we're saving ourselves much life that way. Obviously, if we could get into combat with the 1/2, that would be fine, but I think far more likely he just doesn't attack with the 1/2 so that we can't gain any life. We're now going to be gaining 5 life every turn. Next turn, we can replay the Trial of Ambition to kill another one of his guys. Or we can, if we draw a land, make the play that we thought about last turn, which was to play Heliod's Pilgrim and go and get Black Cartouche, because we can still use Black Cartouche to finish off the Siphoner. Another Siphoner from my opponent. Perfect, black mana. So with the black mana, let me make sure that I'm thinking about this right. We can play Heliod's Pilgrim. Yeah, and then go and get black cartouche. Is that better, or is it better to play the Trial of Ambition and get a different cartouche? Get a red cartouche, maybe. Yeah, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to play the Trial of Ambition, have my opponent sacrifice a creature, then we're going to tap this for double white. To play this, leaving open 1 white mana. That's going to allow us to go and find white cartouche. We're going to play white cartouche, targeting our 5/5. Make a 6/6. Attack for 6, life-linking points of damage. Go up to 10 life. Let's see what our opponent can make of that. Opponent replays their Despoiler of Souls. That's just kind of giving us more blocks than I thought we had, so no complaints there. Opponent can attack us here for 8 as things stand, but we don't mind. We can go to 2, and then our opponent has to seriously consider the possibility that we can kill them. Right? If they leave just 1 blocker back, we can kill them. So, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we do have to block. So we might as well block like this. So we can either double block one of these guys or block this guy. It is an interesting situation. I think we just want to maintain our life total as much as possible. So I think we are going to block like this. Opponent then has another 3/2. And another Despoiler of Souls. Okay, so we are in trouble here. Actually, our opponent has managed to just present enough threats to kind of make things a little rough for us. But we have the exact same play as last turn. That is, we can play the Trial of Ambition. Oh, do we just win? Yeah, we just win, because this is what happens here. We play the Trial of Ambition for the black and the green. No, we don't just win, because our opponent doesn't have to sacrifice a untapped creature. He'll sacrifice one of his tapped creatures. I hope. If opponent, or sorry, he should. If our opponent chooses to sacrifice his 3/1, which is possible, then we win. Okay, so now we win. Now we play, we get 2 white here. We cast Heliod's Pilgrim. We get red cartouche. And this is why it's so cool to have all of these kind of effects that that you can search up with the Pilgrim. Like every turn, I was able to find exactly the right thing to just kind of make sure that I was good to go into the future. My opponent sees the writing on the wall, but just so that we can finish it up, we'll attack with both. And there it is. So that's exactly the kind of close game that I wanted to play to show off everything this deck can do. You got to see how powerful being able to search out all these cartouches was. You got to see how cool it is to kind of loop through cartouches into trials. Got to see that the 5-color deck actually works out. So yeah, that's what I want to show off. Thanks for watching.